Alright, Dragonites, and welcome to a very major unboxing for DDCM desk. As you can see right here, we actually have the main structure together. I actually don't have the top screwed down and actually attached to the base because we just got to take it apart and paint it. So I didn't want to attach it and go from there, but we got the legs attached. They got them adjusted for the most part. We're kind of sitting on uneven right now, so it's a little bit shaky. It's going to be rock solid once it's all together. So I'm super excited. I hope you are too. This is going to be the first sneak peek, if you didn't see the pictures before, of the desk. And so far so good. We're loving it so far. A lot of sanding, a lot of painting to do, and a lot of components to put in. And speaking of components, two of our sponsors, ModMyMods and Alphacool, which provide all the custom modding parts, the specialty cables, wire clamps, things like that. Alphacool is sponsored all the water cooling gear from the CPU block, the GPU block, the pumps, the reservoirs, all sorts of tubing, fittings. It's going to be gorgeous. I really hope I didn't miss anything. But this is going to be my first custom water-cooled build right here in this very desk right here. And I'm super excited. And here's the box that we're about to unbox. I am going to move it off the desk because there's a lot in this box right here, and I want to be able to have as much desk space as possible to display it all. So I'm going to shift this over here, go ahead and pop it open, and I'm going to pull things out and actually place them here on the table so you can see them and talk about each piece and our plans for it. So first, let's move this over. It is not a light box by the least. It's 42 pounds, I think it said, according to UPS. So yeah, it's a heavy box, and rightfully so, because it's got a whole bunch of stuff in it. So let's pop the top off of it real quick. Not too quick, because we don't want to destroy anything that's inside of here. Just wanting to be a little bit careful. There's a lot of stuff that we could easily cut and would be useless anymore if we're not careful. So, just so much. Like, I open this box and it's just overflowing with stuff. They really crammed everything in here. It's amazing the amount of stuff that's in here. Good golly. So what do we got here? Oh, this is some of the wire. So this is 18, if I remember right. I could be wrong, but 18 gauge wire. And this is what we're going to be using to make our own custom extensions. I think it is 18 gauge because it's a little bit smaller. 16 would be, we got the anti-fungi, the silver coil for putting inside the loop to kind of help combat some of the side effects of a custom water cooling loop. We have some black thumb screws that'll be good for when we put our component trays and stuff in there. We will be able to secure them with thumb screws, be able to easily detach them. We have grommets. These are the wire grommets that are going to allow all these custom cables to pass through, and we're just going to try to put them in there and place them nice so we can actually route the cables and only minimal cables be seen and just make it look spectacular, because we got a good base going and we don't want to mess it up with some funky cabling. Got right here just some tiny snips that'll be good for cutting the wire, or probably the paracord, because I have some other snips that I can use for the wire. So I'll keep these nice and sharp for the cabling, the cording. Let's open this box a little bit more. I don't know if you can see it from over there from your view, but this is just packed full of stuff. I can't believe that Alphacool and ModMyMods, I mean, just fantastic. ModMyMods has just been absolutely just the best people to work with. They've been so supportive in our journey and our growth so far that I just can't thank them enough. So what do we got here? We have a 73mm extension. So that'll be handy from going from one piece to another if we need to have a nice rigid piece. We have a temperature display, and this is actually it's got a red glow to the LCD screen. So I think I said that right. I think it is an LCD screen, but it's going to glow red, so it's going to match with the whole red and black theme of the desk itself. Absolutely great. We have one SATA cable, and it's a 90 degrees, so we'll be able to pass it through and a 90 degree straight into the back of the SSD and the hard drive, and things will be good. Right here, we should have, yes, this is the inline temperature sensor. So this will be handy because we want to keep an eye on the temps of everything going on inside the loop itself. But like I said, I needed all this desk space because this box is just overflowing. I'm not going to go into specific detail of every single fitting because there's just going to be a whole bunch of them. So I'm just going to kind of group them and set all my fittings out. We got, you know, the packs of actual, the fittings themselves. These are different adapters, 45s, because if you, this back plate that everything's going to sit on kind of sits at a 45-degree angle, so we're going to have to 45 out of the component, and then we can have kind of a straight run from there with the cabling. And here's some of the 45 adapters right here that I was just speaking of. We have these right here. These are the new Alphacool. They're the closed combs. I'll get close-up shots all over my Twitter. There'll be pictures galore of this stuff and links to where you can actually get some of your own. But these are the red closed comb, I think ice comb. I'm not going to try to pronounce things because I can barely say things in English. I'm not even going to try to butcher the German. So yeah. What do we got here? We got more male-to-male adapters, fitting adapters. Here's some round grommets. These other ones were long and oval. So those will be handy for like the bigger 24-pin and stuff like that. Going on, we got more of the male-to-male adapters. We have a tube cutter right here. So this will kind of be handy in, you know, getting all the tubing cut and try to get our cups in the right spot. We have a random box that's just white. So let's see which part this is. Okay, so this is the deburring tool. So once you cut the piping, it sometimes has sharp edges, rough edges, and this deburring tool, you just put the tubing in and you just rub it back and forth a few times, and it'll smooth and round that cutout. And so it has a nice fit into the fittings. So I'm going to put that over there with the fittings. Right here we have packages of both male and female ATX pins, and that's going to go right here with our black 18 gauge wire, because we're going to make our own custom extensions. We're going to sleeve it a nice black, red, and charcoal gray. Which, speaking of that, we have sleeving right here. We got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packages of black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of red, and 6 of gray as well. Obviously the main color is going to be black, so we need a little extra of that. But this is the new Alphacool paracord sleeve that they have. I can say right off, it's a really nice tight weave. It's got a small diameter, which is really good. It should fit nicely to the cable, and we always like to stretch that sleeving nice and tight around it. And here's some more of the cable combs. Here's the 8 pins. Set that with the others. Right here we have the silicone bending insert. That's going to be handy for bending the tubing when you get it hot, and it keeps the tubing from actually pinching on itself by having this inside of it when you bend it. As a first-time tube bender, that's going to be a big part. Here we got some more combs. We're going to have cabling showing, our nice sleeved cabling extensions, and I want those combs to just really keep it nice and tight and just in place. So that's going to be good. We have some Alphacool decals. They're kind of a copper. So I'm going to place these around the build and just kind of highlight exactly just the immense of help Alphacool has been for this. I just can't wait to start just digging in and throwing this stuff together. Gosh. Okay, so here's more of the red combs. This is the 24 pen. We're actually going to open up this bag real quick, and we're just going to put them all in here because I like to be organized. You probably can't tell from behind me, but I like to kind of be organized. And you can see I got my tools set up behind me. I like to know where things are when I need them and not have to dig. So I try to be at least organized, even if it's a little chaotic, as long as I know where everything is and know where to look. Right here, these look pretty cool. These are actually little case badges. They're ModMyMod case badges. I'm going to put these with the Alphacool ones, but I'm going to sneak these in too. Maybe have some surprise locations for those. Here is our power button cable. I used one of these in Project Military Tech. It makes it so easy. You just slide these on the end of the Vandal switch, plug these straight into your motherboard, and voila, the power button works, and it's absolutely fantastic going. Alright, so here's the other static cable, the 90 degree to 180, so that'll be handy. Right here we got our dust filter material, so this will come in handy when we have on the back side here the 3 inland fans that'll be sucking air in from the bottom. It's going to be close to the floor, so we want a nice good dust filter in place to actually prevent that from getting too messy. And then they provided some 3M double-sided tape to kind of attach things. Here's our second temperature display, just because, whether you're going to want to do, an extra GPU temp or CPU temp and just have it like right there in front of you. And the plan is to mount it in a way that when you look through the window you can see it clearly. Zip tie mounts, these things are invaluable. If you saw the backside cable management of Project Military Tech, you saw that, it just had all the cables nicely routed around, and, a bunch of cables go here, a bunch of cables go here, and it's just not a whole mess. These cable mounts were absolutely crucial in getting that cable management in the back, nice and organized and nice and flat in respect of the motherboard tray. Here we got more fittings itself, more adapters, some straight links, some more, so many fittings, and I'm sure we're not done. Here we got the Vandal push button switch, so we're going to actually put that right here with the cable. This is probably going to be a little bit longer video just because, we have so much to show you. I cannot wait. Got a random UPS. Let's see what this is. Oh, yep. Had a feeling. I thought I felt something sloshing around. But, for our build, let's get both of them out real quick. We have 2 big bottles. What are these? 500 milliliters, I believe, of Mayhem's Aurora Red. I love the Aurora. I love that shimmering effect that it's got. The red's going to go great with this build. It's a nice opaque color, so it's not going to be see-through. It's going to make the cooling a nice rich red color, and it's going to have that shimmer. So I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what that's going to look like inside the build. And there's a lot of it just because it's going to be a big loop. We will probably need both of those to fill up the loop just once. So I'll be using a lot of distilled water beforehand with all the testing and the leak testing. So it's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be fun. definitely tune in for that. Alright, we got the CPU block right here. This thing is awesome. It comes in black and silver. They also have modding kits that you can change out the coloring of the lit up Alphacool logo on it. You can use Joe. I'm not even going to try to butcher his last name. You find him on Facebook on the Alphacool Facebook page. He does custom laser etching into it. He's done some amazing things with the top of this block. So yeah, if you haven't seen what's been done with that Alphacool block, like, you need to go check it out. It is fantastic. It's just a little funnel to help me from spilling the fluid everywhere. We're going to put it right there next to those bottles. So what we've got? We have more fittings. Yep. Like I said, we have tons of fittings. We have 3 of these white boxes, and they're just, you know, fitting straight into them, and that is great. So we have more fittings and more fittings. This is going to be a massive loop, guys. I've seen some bigger ones, but I mean, these are fittings. We got a lot to cool, and it's going to be great. Is this what I think it is? I think so. This is one of the things that I've been holding off doing the unboxing because I didn't want to open the box without opening it on camera. And that's always been the goal that I've strove for, that you guys see the first reaction. When I open the box, you see my excitement, and you get to share that with me. This was one of the items, if I'm guessing correctly, that I really had a hard time waiting for. Yes. So this right here is an Alphacool watch. It's not water cooled or anything like that. Don't throw it in the ocean and expect it to float or anything. But it's just an Alphacool branded watch, and this thing is a very nice black color, very high gloss sheen to it. I like my watches. I have a couple of them, but this is just going to be a really nice one. In comparison to my current watch, this is nice and heavy. I have a feeling this is going to be able to take the abuse that I normally give my watches. I've cracked many faces, I've broken links, so I'm excited to get this thing put on my wrist and sport it around the area. I'm not even going to put it back in its sleeve because it's going on almost immediately. Alright, so here is the first of 2 of our 250 milliliter reservoirs. So I said right here we have, I think it's the 500 milliliter mixed concentrate. Pardon the noises, I'm down in the basement, we got the washer and dryer. You know, life goes on. But 250 milliliter reservoirs, we have not one, but 2 of these bad boys. And these things are going to get placed in the desk, and they're going to be parallel next to each other, feeding different points of the loop, and I'm just going to have them in between, you know, so it's going to cycle through the CPU, the radiator, it's going to go back in the reservoir, it's going to pop out, it's going to go through the GPU and the other radiator, and then back into the other reservoir. So it's going to be one big loop, and these are going to be the midpoints, and it's just, I'm excited that this Mayhem's Aurora is going inside this reservoir. I hope you can tell I'm excited. I am super excited. This is an amazing, amazing sponsorship by ModMyMods and Alphacool, and I can't wait. This is my first custom loop. I'm just absolutely ecstatic. Right here, we haven't gotten a sponsorship. We haven't heard anything from the other companies to get like a 1080 or a 1070. So we're going to be water cooling my 290, my R9 290. It's not the greatest card, but this build is going to look awesome, and it's really, it's gonna be overkill for that 290, but who knows? Maybe we'll overclock it a little bit and we'll have that extra cooling capability. So we got a 290 block right here. Right here we have 2 T-ball valves, and this is going to be for both our fill port and our drain port. And the plan is to, under the mid plate where the radiators are going to sit, like here, we're going to drill a hole through the wood and actually have a fitting put into the radiator, and then it's going to drop through the plate where the ball valve is going to sit. And that way all I have to do is hook, some soft tubing and a fitting up to one end, and just have that soft tubing out into whatever I'm going to drain the fluid into, open the ball valve, and just start draining everything. So that'll be handy. Right here we have our connectors, our ATX connectors, from 44 pin down to 4 pin to go with our custom cabling. We are getting slowly to the end of the box. Right here, what do we got? So this is actually going to go upstairs and get put on the little makeshift desk I have upstairs, because this is the Alphacool Monster. I shouldn't try to pronounce things, but it's Monster. It's not Monster. It's Monster. Gaming mousepad. So I'm excited because I've been using this little cheap freebie thing that they hand out at fairs. So I'm excited to actually have a quality mousepad, and it's going to pair nicely with an Anuxia keyboard that I just a few minutes ago did the unboxing for that, and hopefully you'll check out the video for that one as well. Right here we have two of the VPP 655 single pumps. These will be paired up with our 250 milliliter radiators and drive the pump. I'm going to run them in parallel, so they kind of just run at the same speed. I'm hopefully going to run it so the voltage kind of runs the pump at the same RPMs. We'll see exactly how that works out. Hopefully one pump doesn't really try to overpower the other one, and everything kind of works out nicely. We can hope. We can hope. We know that it doesn't always work out that way, especially in computers and modding. There's no guarantees of anything, so hopefully it works out for us. Alright, so what do we got in here? So this, we're going to be trying sooner than later, but we have some Phobia energy. Because this is a big project, we're going to need some energy. As somebody that's had a few, and there goes the buzzer again, I apologize. But as someone that's going to need a lot of energy to work on this desk, and somebody who's had several different kinds of energy drinks, when I saw those, I said, I have to get my hands on one. I have to taste it. I have to see how it compares. Just hopefully it's not more of a Red Bull taste, and hopefully it's, closer to something a little more pleasant. Sorry to you all the Red Bull fans, I'm just not a fan. Right here we have two 360 millimeter radiators. These are cross flow. These are going to have our tubing runs nice and straight, nice and clean. It's not going to look like tubing spaghetti, hopefully. These are the UT60, which is 60 millimeters thick. So like I said, we have not one, but two of these bad boys. And these are going to cool our FX 8350, sorry, and our R9290. And there goes the buzzer again, telling us that we really need to hurry up and get on, finish this up. But these two radiators, plenty of cooling for our components. But building a desk like this, you don't want to have to upgrade the water cooling. If you're upgrading, a processor, throwing in a new motherboard, you don't want to have to take into account, where am I going to put an extra radiator to cool this next part or whatever. So we wanted to do this right from the beginning. And what's left in the box is 4 of these boxings of tubings. Hopefully this will give us plenty of extra. We can do our runs. We won't mess up too many bends. Maybe we'll make a video of our failed attempts, or maybe try to bend some tubing live. Hopefully some of you experts will chime in and give me some advice so we don't waste too much of this tubing. But yeah, that's everything. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're as excited as I am for this build. And I just couldn't thank ModMyMods and Alphacool enough for sending this just mother load of water cooling parts and customization, all the cabling, the custom cables we're going to do. We got so much to do. Just can't thank them enough. Hopefully you're excited as I am. I am absolutely just ecstatic. Over the top, just pretty much speechless, which is surprising. But yes, if you are excited as I am, if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave me a comment, tell me what you think, tell me if I should have picked something else component-wise. Go check out the PC part picker list. I think I said that right. And you can see all the components that are going in it. I'll have a more detailed list on the build log of exactly everything that I have right here, and links to where you can buy them. But yeah, until next time, you guys are awesome, and thanks for tuning in. This is the Dragon, signing out.